Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible. Today in the morning we discussed about the female reproductive system and we have already completed yesterday the male one. So, from the unit 1, that is reproduction, this is the third chapter regarding human reproduction. And out of that, we have discussed how the male reproductive system looks, the primary and the secondary organs, followed by the female reproductive system, its organs and its accessory glands. So these today we will see around 50 to 100 MCQs and also some previously asked questions on only uh, basically regarding which will be on the topic of the reproductive system of the male and the female. All right. I'm Janani Saptharishi and I am associated with Unacademy. I will be teaching class 12 biology for their NEET exams. And what you'll get through Unacademy. All right. Hi, it's Tanu. All right. So what you'll get with Unacademy is you will get daily live classes. All right. Every day you will be be scheduled live classes. All right. You'll get access to all the tests and quizzes. Fine. Moving forward, Unacademy provides you with structured courses with unlimited access and also the complete syllabus coverage. So with Unacademy, you can prepare for any exam, any entrance exam you want. And what the benefit is like, if even if you join using my code, it is not that you will can avail only the content related to my subject. No, you can avail content regarding to all the subjects in your portion. That is, for example, if you're appearing for the NEET, all right, you can avail the content regarding physics, chemistry, biology, and the entire syllabus. Along with that, there will be many tests, quizzes, and so on. So, live classes, you can choose the educator you wish to learn from, and you can prepare with the top educators on board at your comfort and ease. So, in such a situation, we all should prefer e-learn. We have all preferred e-learning very much, and this is the best way to utilize your time. And also, we have a very comprehensive syllabus. Hi Vedansha. Hi Tanu. Tanu, I'll get back to your questions. All right. Fine. So all you have to do is download the Unacademy learning application, and when you install it, please do get a subscription. And once you get the subscription, you have to download the Telegram app and type this link and click on join. Once you do that, what happens is these links are provided um, in the description box below. Once you do this, you can talk to us anytime. And when you start with your subscription, you will be offered these fee packages along with the course duration. So, for preparing for an examination like NEET, I highly recommend you the 12-month package because you at least need 12 months to prepare for such an examination. And moreover, it is very much economical. All right, it is only 15,000 rupees. Fine. And also, if you're in 12th, you can avail any of these crash courses and complete your syllabus accordingly. And an additional offer I'll be showing you all is, if you use my code, that is my name Janani, if you use this code, you can avail an extra 10% off on all the courses. All right. So let's begin. Okay, so you are asking me, it's Tanu, that CBSE मतलब आपके बोर्ड्स में कैसा आएगा कि आप नीट के बारे में पूछ रहे हो. मैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ MCQ क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करने वाली हूँ जैसे नीट में आ सकते हैं. Just a moment. Yes. Let us start with the yes. Hi Bharat, how are you? Hi Vedanksha. All right. So let us start with the first exercise, and the first exercise is in regard with the male reproductive system. All right. The male reproductive system includes testes, accessory glands and their ducts, external genitalia, all of the above. So basically, the main male reproductive system will include the primary sex organs along with the accessory glands. So testis refers to the primary sex organ, all right, along with the accessory ducts and their glands and the genetic external genitalia. So the answer would be all of these, all of the above. The testes are located outside the abdominal cavity within the pouches called testicular lobes, testicular pouches, scrotal sacs, urethral meatus. Very simple question. Everyone must be able to answer this. It is the scrotal sacs. Scrotal sacs. We'll see about it in this question also. Now, what does the scrotal sac help in? Maintenance of low temperature of the testis, maintenance of the low temperature of the accessory glands, maintenance of high temperature or maintenance of the high temperature of the accessory glands. So we all know that testis is present in the scrotal sac, so accessory glands को तो help नहीं करेगा, वो testis को ही help करेगा, and it is always required so that low temperature is maintained for the development, maturation of the development and the storage of the sperms. All right. Now, scrotal sacs maintain the temperature 2 to 2.5 higher, 2 to 2.5 lower. See, eliminate all the higher options because we have just seen that higher temperature cannot be maintained. All right. And it generally maintains 2 to 2.5 degree Celsius lower than the normal internal body temperature. So that our normal internal body temperature is basically 37 degrees Celsius. All right, and the testis will maintain it lower than 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, very good, Tanu. You're answering it right. Also, Bharat, very good. Fine. The lower temperature in the scrotal sac is essential for spermatogenesis, spermiation, fertilization, ejaculation. So the correct answer is spermatogenesis. Basically, this is the process from where the male gametes are formed. All right. So, and it is required basically to carry out this process. Alright, fertilization and ejaculation, it has these processes do not take place in the testes. So these are not at all related to the question. Alright, so the correct answer is spermatogenesis. In each testis, the number of testicular lobules. Alright, we saw that a testis contains a highly coiled structure which is divided into lobules. These are the seminiferous tubules. Very important question. 350, 420, 250, 500. If you have read the theory correctly, you should be able to answer. The correct is it is 250. It will contain 250 testicular lobules. So, the number of seminiferous tubules in each lobule. अब हमने देखा कि 250 लोब्यूल्स होते हैं इन टोटल, ठीक है? तो अभी ये क्वेश्चन में पूछ रहे हैं कि एक लोब्यूल में कितने सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स होते हैं? All right, 1 to 5, 1 to 3, 1 to 6, 2 to 4. So basically, the most precise or the most accurate answer is 1 to 3. So out of these 250, in every lobule, there are 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. All right. Okay, amazing, Bharat Bhati. Seminiferous tubules is lined by male germ cells only, Sertoli cells only, both 1 and 2, or Leydig cells only. Alright, just think of the structure of the seminiferous tubules. What happens is that we have seen that outside the just at the lining of the seminiferous tubules, there is interstitial space. In that, the male germ cells are present, that is the Leydig cells, and also the Sertoli cells, the male germ cells are produced and not the Leydig cells, all right? And also the Sertoli cells are present. These basically are also known as the nurse cells. Why? Because they provide nourishment. Clear? Fine. Sperms produced from the male germ cells by. So the sperms are produced by mitotic division, meiotic division, amitotic divisions, or parthenogenetically. So sperms undergo meiotic division. See, because meiotic is a form of reductional division. All right, and we know that the sperm is basically the male gamete, and for the gamete the ploidy always has to be n. All right, so to bring the ploidy to n, it has to undergo meiotic division. I hope this is clear. Germ cells obtain nutrients from Leydig cells, interstitial cells, Sertoli cells, both 1 and 2. As I told you, the Sertoli cells, also called the nurse cells, their main function is to provide nourishment. And apart from nourishment, can you all tell me what the Sertoli cell does? All right, I think what I speak is generally, 10 to 12 seconds late, you all can hear it. So let me tell you. So what happens is that these Sertoli cells produced ABF, all right? Sorry, AMF, anti-murine factor, and also something called as the androgen binding factor. Anti-muralial factor and the androgen binding factor. So basically this is related with the hormone, that is the androgens or the testosterone, and the AMF is basically, it will inhibit the formation of the oviduct in the males. All right. So you need to remember this. This is a very important point. So other than obtaining the providing the nutrients or the nourishment, ये और दो काम extra करता है. ठीक है? The regions outside the seminiferous tubules contain interstitial cells, Leydig cells, small blood vessels, all. ठीक है? तो देखिए, जब हम सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स को देखें, वो हाईली कॉइल्ड होते हैं, उनके बाहर जो स्पेस होता है उन्हें इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस कहते हैं. तो इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस में इंटरस्टिशियल सेल्स तो होगा ही, ठीक है. एंड इंटरस्टिशियल सेल्स में क्या होता है? एक तो होता है लेडिक सेल्स, ठीक है, जो सबसे ज्यादा हमें एंड्रोजन प्रोडक्शन में भी हेल्प करता है. एंड उसी के साथ साथ होते हैं ब्लड वेसल्स. So basically, all the three are present outside the seminiferous tubules. Moving forward, Leydig cells secrete male hormones known as androgens, estrogens, growth hormone, or the follicle stimulating hormone. See, the growth hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone, they both are secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary. Fine. And estrogen तो फीमेल का हार्मोन होता है, इसका मेल से कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है. So the right answer is androgen. Alright. And please do remember that the growth hormone and the FSH is secreted by the anterior lobes of the pituitary. seminiferous tubules of testes open into vas deferens, spermatic cord, vas efferentia, rete testes. Just remember the structure of this seminiferous tubule. It will immediately open into the vas efferentia. All right. The male sex accessory ducts are, all right, male sex accessory ducts, rete testis, epididymis, vas deferens or all. So basically यहाँ पे क्या बोला है कि एक्सेसरी टर्म आ गया, तो आप समझ लीजिए कि टेस्टिस के अलावा जो भी प्रेजेंट होता है उसे हम एक्सेसरी कहते हैं। एक्सेसरी क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि वो गैमीट फॉर्मेशन में हेल्प नहीं करता, वो गैमेट्स नहीं बनाता, इसीलिए वो एक्सेसरी हो चुका है। तो अगर आप रेटिटेस्टिस का स्ट्रक्चर देखिए, वो भी डक्ट के फॉर्म में होता है। एपिडिडाइमस वो भी हाईली कॉइल्ड डक्ट होता है। एंड वास डिफरेंस, वी ऑल नो द स्पर्मेटिक कॉर्ड, दैट इज ऑल्सो इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ डक्ट. So basically all these three are the ducts. Yes. Yes, you're right, Tanu. Till now, I guess she has given all the answers right. Retitestis is present between epididymis and vas deferens, vas efferentia and vas deferens, vas efferentia and the scrotal sac, seminiferous tubules and vas efferentia. So I'll just give you a hint. Retitestis is basically in the posterior, or it is situated behind the testes. And the right answer is it is between the seminiferous tubules and the vas efferentia. तो बेसिकली सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल एंड वास एफ्रेंशिया के बीच में रेटिटेस्टिस एक मीडियम है, ठीक है। रेटिटेस्टिस हेल्प करता है कि सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल से सारा कंटेंट वास एफ्रेंशिया में फ्लो हो सके। Epididymis is located on the anterior surface, posterior surface, ventral or the dorsal. So basically, as I told you, the retitestis, epididymis and most of these things are located on the posterior surface of the testis. It is very important to know the location of each and every part. It can be asked in any sort of objective. Epididymis opens up into the vas efferens, moves forward and loops over the. This is an as it is line from the NCRT and a very important previously year asked question in your NEET examinations. So, seminal vesicle, urinary bladder, uterus, ureters. All right. So, uterus तो female में होता है, हट गया। सेमाइनल वेसिकल तो नहीं है, ठीक है। तो बेसिकली वास्ट डिफरेंस का काम क्या है कि ये टेस्टिस को जोड़ सके, सॉरी, ये टेस्टिस को लूप कर सके यूरिनरी ब्लैडर के ऊपर से, ठीक है। एंड वो स्पर्म्स को और जो मैच्योर स्पर्म्स है उन्हें ट्रांसपोर्ट कर सके, ठीक है। तो बेसिकली ये है यूरिनरी ब्लैडर के ऊपर से वो लूप करता है। Ducts for storing and transporting the sperm from the testis to the outside. Seminal, urinary, ejaculatory, or the urethral duct. Alright? The exact answer is the ejaculatory duct. Out of all these, it is only the ejaculatory duct which will help in the storing of the testis, and also it will move from transporting the testis outside. Fine. Urethra originating from and extends through dash respectively. Urinary bladder and the penis, penis and the urinary bladder, seminal vesicle and the penis, retitestis or the urinary bladder. Okay, the first answer is exactly right because it will originate from the urinary bladder and it will extend. The urethra is basically it is a common passage for both, for the urine as well as the sperms. So it has to be from the urinary bladder to the penis. Urethral meatus is found at the tip of the copulatory organ, tip of the urinary bladder, tip of that of the ejaculatory duct or the ureter. Basically, as we saw, the urethra runs from uh, bladder to the penis. So, the copulatory organ refers to the penis. So, basically, the urethral meatus will be at the copulatory organ at the tip of it. The male external genitalia is retitestis, vas deferens, epididymis, or the penis. Very easy question. That is the penis. The erectile tissue of the penis facilitates spermiation, insemination, spermatogenesis, or the maturation. So basically, maturation is the process of urination. So the erectile tissue has nothing to do with that of the urination. स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस और स्पर्मिएशन टेस्टिस के अंदर ही हो जाता है, ठीक है. एंड ये तो एक्सटर्नल जेनिटेलिया का क्वेश्चन है. सो द राइट आंसर इज इंसेमिनेशन. Glans penis is covered by a loose fold of skin called the foreskin, hyaline sheath, tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea. Again, very easy question. It is the foreskin. Glans penises, enlarged end of the penis, enlarged end of the testis, enlarged end of the vas deferens, enlarged end of the retitestis. By the name itself, it is very much clear. Male accessory glands are, all right, accessory glands, again I told you that do not form the gametes but help in their development, and also they will help in the hormone secretion. So basically these glands are one pair of seminal vesicles, bulbourethral, and a prostate gland. This is wrong because seminal vesicle is always present in a pair. All right, that is it is given one pair, so okay, but it is not true in the case of the other two. All right, paired bulbourethral and prostate, no, there are three accessory glands here, only two is mentioned. One seminal vesicle and two prostate glands is again wrong. So the okay, sorry, bulbourethral and a prostate. Okay, this is right because this, I did not read it properly. It is given only one pair of the seminal vesicle. That means two seminal vesicle followed by one bulbourethral and a prostate gland. So this is absolutely right. In these two though, only two glands are mentioned. Basically, accessory glands in total there should be three. And here seminal vesicle is given unpaired, whereas as I mentioned, seminal vesicle is always paired. Yes, Tanu, you're right. Seminal plasma is rich in fructose, sodium, and certain enzymes, fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. Sodium, calcium, and certain enzymes. The correct answer is fructose because fructose will provide energy to it. It contains many enzymes, and along with it, it will contain calcium and phosphorus. All right. Lubrication of the penis is also due to the secretion of bulbourethral glands, Sertoli cells, Leydig cells, interstitial cells. So the lubrication is brought about. That is, what happens is when first the semen passes through the seminal vesicle, where all the secretions such as fructose and other enzymes are added, followed by what happens is that this bulbourethral gland, it will add to a lubrication, all right, and it is due to yes, so this basically helps to make it act as a lubricating fluid. Now, let's see some questions about the female reproductive system. So, the primary female sex organs are, by primary, I mean from which female gametes are formed: oviducts, ovaries, mammary glands, uterus. So, see, mammary glands, uterus, they do not have any role in the formation of any gamete. All right. And oviducts is basically for the transportation or for the movement of the gamete. So, the right answer is the ovaries. One pair of ovaries are located dash, one on each side of the lower abdomen in the pelvis region, both 1 and 2 in the upper abdomen. अपर एब्डोमेन तो गलत हो गया, ठीक है। हमें पता है कि जो भी रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट्स है वो हमारे लोअर एब्डोमेन में प्रेजेंट है। ये 1 ऑन ईच साइड है, ये भी सही है। बट please read the second option also. It is given that in the pelvis region. And B, it is a very important point that both the male and the female reproductive parts are present in the pelvic region. Alright. This pelvic region is very important. It contains all the reproductive parts of the male and the female. Therefore, the option will be both 1 and 2. Ovary is connected to the pelvic wall and the uterus by ligaments, tendons, isthmus, or the oviduct. The correct answer is the ligament. Ligament है जो जोड़ता है हमारे pelvic wall को and uterus को, ठीक है। The parts of the stroma, that is the outer covering of the ovary, are stroma, basically all the internal content of the ovary. So if this is our ovary, all what all is present inside is the ovarian stroma. All right. Fine. Cortex, medulla, tunica, albuginea and vaginalis, fallopian tube and vagina. See, third option गया, ये तो ओवरी में होता ही नहीं है। यूट्रस एंड वजाइना ये भी ओवरी का पार्ट नहीं है। Tunica, albuginea and vaginalis is a part of the outer covering of the ovary. Alright, this is the outer covering of the ovary. So the right answer is cortex and medulla. Cortex में होते हैं सारे ग्राफियन follicles and medulla में होते हैं blood vessels. The female accessory ducts are uterus. Okay, hi Vedansha. What time बाद आंसर किया है? The female accessory ducts are uterus, vagina, oviducts, all. Accessory, alright? It is basically all because uterus, vagina, oviducts ये सब ओव्यूल या ओवरी फॉर्म करने में हेल्प नहीं करता है, ये बस उसके डेवलपमेंट या तो मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल या तो उसके ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में हेल्प करता है। Fallopian tubes are extended between ovary and uterus, ovary and vagina, ovary and the infundibulum, or the ampulla and the fimbriae. Basically, it is the fallopian tube that will connect the ovary and the uterus. It is basically a connection from the ovary to the uterus. So basically, when the ovary is completely mature, it will go to the fallopian tube and attached to the wall of the uterus. It will either develop or it is removed out of the body. Just give me a moment. Moving forward, the part of the oviduct closer to the ovary. See, fallopian tube and the oviduct are one and the same thing. Funnel-shaped isthmus, funnel-shaped fimbriae, funnel-shaped infundibulum, or the funnel-shaped ampulla. The correct answer is funnel-shaped infundibulum. Isthmus तो एकदम ओवरी से क्लोज नहीं होता, isthmus यूट्रस से क्लोज होता है, ठीक है। एंड एम्प्यूला तो इन दोनों के बीच में होता है और एम्प्यूला फनल शेप्ड भी नहीं होता। ये देखा जाए तो ये आंसर काफी क्लोज है, बट सी fimbriae is basically the finger like projections what we see. All right, ये होता है finger like projections and infundibulum in whole. All right, तो infundibulum कुछ इस तरीके से दिखता है, ठीक है। और यहाँ पे होता है ओवरी। एंड यहाँ होती है ओवरी, ठीक है। तो अगर मैं फिम्ब्रे बोलूंगी तो ये सिर्फ ये वाली पार्ट हो गई, ठीक है। यहाँ पे पूछा है पूरा पार्ट of which part of the oviduct. So basically the fallopian tubes have three parts, out of which the closest to the ovary is the infundibulum, that is this whole part. All right, I hope this is clear. If you have any doubt, you can put it up in the chat box. Finger-like projections of the infundibulum. Now here the answer will be the fimbriae, not the answer. What is they are referring to is the fimbriae of the infundibulum. What they help in. Basically sperms तो होगा ही नहीं क्योंकि वो तो मेल का पार्ट है, ठीक है। तो दिस इज द कलेक्शन ऑफ द ओवम आफ्टर द ओव्यूलेशन। तो जैसे ही हमारा ओवम मैच्योर हो जाता है तो वो उसे कलेक्ट करेगा वहां से और ट्रांसपोर्ट यूट्रस के पास ले जाने में हेल्प करेगा, ठीक है। बिफोर ओव्यूलेशन तो हो नहीं सकता बिकॉज मैच्योर होने से पहले ही वो उसे कलेक्ट, तो मैच्योर होने से पहले तो ओवम बनेगा ही नहीं। फाइन। The wider part of the oviduct into which the infundibulum opens is the isthmus, ampulla, fimbriae. Now it is, see, first, as I said, this is how the fallopian tube will look. It will have finger-like projections like this here. Then there will be a wide part and then a narrow part. And this will be connected to the uterus. Alright? And here is the ovary. So they are asking that ये जो wide part है, this is the second part of the oviduct. Alright? इसे क्या कहते हैं? ये होता है ampulla, जहाँ पे fertilization होता है. Fine. The shape of the uterus or the womb is straight pair, inverted pyramid, inverted pair, in upright. This is a very again simple question. The answer is inverted pair because it is somewhat like this. All right. Uterus opens into the vagina through a wide ampulla, wide cervix, narrow isthmus. The answer is narrow cervix क्योंकि inverted pear shape है तो जो यूट्रस का अपर पार्ट है वो ब्रॉड है एंड जो यूट्रस का लोअर पार्ट है वो नैरो है, ठीक है। इसीलिए उसे इन्वर्टेड पेयर भी कहते हैं। बर्थ कैनाल इज फॉर्म्ड बाय, अगेन अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, बहुत लोग इसमें कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं। बर्थ कैनल बेसिकली वेजाइना नहीं होता, बर्थ कैनल इज एक्चुअली द वेजाइना along with the cervical canal and this helps in parturition. Here the wall of the uterus is composed of 5 layer, 2 layer, 3 layers, 4 layers. Very easy, it is composed of 3 layers. The layer of the uterus that undergoes cyclic changes, all right, it is the middle layer, that is the endometrium. All right, endometrium middle layer है। सी यूट्रस में 3 लेयर होते हैं, ठीक है। तो जो मिडिल है वो है सॉरी द जो मिडिल है वो मेसोमेट्रियम है, इनर मोस्ट है एंडोमेट्रियम। और अभी इस एंडोमेट्रियम का भी सबसे इनर पार्ट जो है वो शेड होता है, इसीलिए ये इनर एंडोमेट्रियम है, ठीक है। मैंने स्टार्ट में गलत कहा था, मैंने उसे मिडिल लेयर कहा था, नहीं ये होता है सबसे इनर मोस्ट लेयर एंड उसका भी इनर पार्ट जो है वो शेड होता है। Myometrium exhibits strong contraction during parturition, fertilization, gametogenesis, gestation. So it will basically exhibit strong contraction and will help in the child birth, that is the parturition. All right. ये दोनों का तो यूट्रस से there is no relation to it. These two events are not, these are the events in the fallopian tube and the ovary. All right, fine. A cushion of fatty tissue covered by skin and hair is hymen, clitoris, mons pubis, labia majora. Alright, so as we know that, see, hymen and clitoris, especially the clitoris, is non keratinized. Alright, so it cannot have hair. Alright, and the hymen is basically a very thin tissue, it is not a cushion of fatty tissue. Again, the labia majora is non-keratinized. All right. तो क्योंकि ये नॉन केराटिनाइज्ड है, इसमें हेयर नहीं होगा, तो यहाँ पे मॉन्स प्यूबिस ही होता है जिसमें फैटी टिश्यू भी होता है एंड इट इज कवर्ड बाय स्किन, दैट इज द फॉर श्योर, एंड इट इज आल्सो केराटिनाइज्ड, दैट मींस इट विल हैव हेयर. Hello, Kushneet Singh. Yes, you're right. Labia minora are located in under the hymen, under the labia majora, inside the clitoris, above the mons pubis. Very easy, as even from the name you can relate it, it is located under the labia minora. So the tiny finger-like projection which is located at the upper junction of the two labia minora is. This is a definition taken as it is from NCRT. All right, again very important. Clitoris, hymen, vagina, ampulla. The right answer for this is basically the definition itself of the clitoris. The opening of the vagina is often covered partially by a membrane. Plasma membrane, hymen, undulating membrane, or the germinal layer. So basically the opening of the vagina is partially covered by a membrane called as hymen. This is a very thin membrane, and it will break during the act of the sexual intercourse. All right. Now, coming to the mammary glands. In each breast, the number of mammary lobes is 15 to 20 with alveoli, 15 to 20 lobes without the alveoli, 20 to 30 lobes with the alveoli, 20 to 30 lobes without the alveoli. Again, a very important and a question where we get tend to get confused. See, 15 to 20 ये नंबर तो याद रहता है, ठीक है, बट यहाँ पे याद रखना कि लोब्स में सब कुछ ही इंक्लूड होता है, ठीक है, एंड alveoli लोब के अंदर ही आता है, so it is 15 to 20 with alveoli. Yes, Vedansha, you are right. The milk is sucked out through, again a very easy question. Mammary duct, lactiferous alveoli, or both? It is the lactiferous duct. All right, the last duct which will with the last duct which will lead into the nipple is the lactiferous duct. Now, basically now these are a different set of questions. So what you have to do is read all the three questions. These are a very common type of questions that are asked in NEET and are highly expected also this year. So what you have to do is you have to read this and choose the correct combination. So testes are located outside the abdomen in the human being, male human beings. That is right. Scrotal sacs maintain low temperature. That is also right. And low temperature helps in the process of formation of the sperms or the spermiation. So what it is that yes. Actually, no. It is basically all three are right. All right. Testis, yes. The answer you are marked is wrong. All right, the answer should be all, because scrotal sacs, yes, they maintain the low temperature of the testis. Fine. The function of inhibin is to stimulate the FSH, stimulate the secretion of testosterone, inhibit the secretion of testosterone, or inhibit the secretion of the FSH. So basically what the inhibin does, That inhibin itself refers that it is inhibitory in nature. All right. And what it will do, it will keep a check. All right. By check, I mean that it will see to it that there is no over secretion of the hormone, that is the FSH, because over secretion at times will also lead to a problem. So basically it is that which will inhibit the secretion of the FSH, and FSH is secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary. Fine. Read the following. Each testicular lobe contains 340 seminiferous tubules. No, it contains only 250. Each testis is covered with a dense connective tissue covering. Each lobule contains 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. The right answer is only 1 and 3. No, I don't think, because I feel that each testicular lobe only will contain 250. 340 is a wrong term. Again, here the answer is wrong, I feel. If you all differ, you all can write in the chat box. All right, I feel here only the third statement is that is correct. Each seminiferous tubule consists of two types of cells. Male germ cells are also called as spermatogonia. Male germ cells undergo reductional division. All right. So the correct combination is all. So it is, yes, it is all one, two, three, because seminiferous tubules have two types of cells. That is completely right. They have the spermatozoa and also the spermatozoa, the primary spermatids. Yes, all right. So they have two types of cell. That is right, and also the Sertoli cells. Yes. So one is the spermatozoa and the Sertoli cells. This is right. Male germ cells are also called spermatogonia, right? And male germ cells undergo reductional division, that is meiosis. This statement is also right. Read the following. Sertoli cells supply nutrients to the germ cells. Leydig cells support the germ cells. Interstitial cells produce the enzyme. Testosterone is an androgen. So the correct option here is basically only the 1 and the 2. Sertoli cell supply is absolutely right, and testosterone is a hormone is absolutely right. Interstitial cells do not produce any enzyme, and Leydig cells do not support the germ cells. They basically produce the androgens. All right. So only one and the first and the last statement is correct. Fine. Read the following. Epididymis opens into vas efferentia. Vas difference. Okay, the spelling here is wrong. It is vas difference. All right. Opens into the retitestis. Retitestis open into the vas efferentia. So here, I think the statements, only the third one is right. Yes, correct. So it is the retitestis that opens into the vas efferentia. Uh, Epididymis into vas efferentia is right, but in between there is also retitestis that will help them. All right, and vas difference opens in the retitestis is absolutely wrong. Again, ejaculatory duct transport the sperms from the testis to outside. Urethra originates from the urinary bladder. Urethra opens through the urethral meatus. So the right answer here is all the three are basically right, because yes, ejaculatory duct is what will help in the transportation of from outside the body. Urethra opens to the urinary bladder, very common point and very correct. And yes, urethra opens through the urethral meatus, all right, which is present just before the copulatory organ. So all the three statements are correct. The male external genitalia is the penis. The enlarged end of the penis is the glans penis. The glans penis is covered by the foreskin. The first statement is right. The second one is also right. And the third one is covered as absolutely right. So the answer is yes. So the answer is all. One pair of seminal vesicles is present. Yes, seminal vesicles are two in number, that is one pair. Absolutely right. One pair of bulbourethral is present, only one prostate is present. Yes, both are right. It has two bulbourethral, two seminal vesicles, and only one prostate gland. So all the statements here is right. All right. So what now you have to do is you have to read these statements and arrange them in the sequence from the outer to the inner surface. Fine. Testis, seminiferous tubule, lobule, and the dense covering. So, what is the right answer? देखो यहाँ पे कवरिंग तो दे ही दिया है, कवरिंग तो हमेशा बाहर होता है, तो पहले आएगा डी. ठीक है, कवरिंग के अंदर क्या प्रेजेंट होता है, वो होता है टेस्टिस. ठीक है, एंड टेस्टिस के अंदर क्या होता है, लोब्यूल होते हैं. ठीक है, तो ये बना ही देता है यहाँ पे. तो ये हुआ कवरिंग, इसके अंदर आया टेस्टिस. ठीक है, इसके अंदर प्रेजेंट होंगे ऐसे कॉइल्ड ट्यूब्स. ठीक है, एंड ये प्रेजेंट होंगे ऐसे लोब्स में. ठीक है, आप ये जैसे 3 देख रहे हो, वो इसका मतलब है लोब्स में प्रेजेंट है. तो उसके बाद आता है लोब्यूल, एंड उसके उस एक लोब्यूल के अंदर क्या प्रेजेंट हुआ. तो अभी हम ये देख रहे, तो ये एक लोब्यूल के अंदर प्रेजेंट है सेमाइनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल. तो इट इज डी, ए, सी, बी. Read the following and arrange them in a sequence from inner to outer. Again, the same thing. Yes. See, first the outermost is from inner to outer. The innermost is seminiferous tubules. All right. So now these seminiferous tubules will go and go to the rete testis. Rete testis से जाता है vas efferentia में. तो ये बेसिकली हम देख रहे हैं कि स्पर्म मैच्योर होकर कैसे ट्रैवल करेगा. तो ये तो एकदम एंड पार्ट हो गया. ठीक है, तो ये तो एकदम लास्ट हुआ. एंड फिर देखा हम यहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ वास रेटिटेस्टिस में गया, रेटिटेस्टिस से वास एफ्रेंशिया, वास एफ्रेंशिया से गया वास डिफरेंस में, एंड फिर आए सेमाइनल वेसिकल में बिकॉज ये एक्सेसरी ग्लैंड है, एंड देन इट इज पास थ्रू यूरेथ्रल मीएटिस. Again, a same. Now what you have to do is based on their number in the ascending order. All right. So these are the options. We know that the prostate gland is only one. Testicular lobules होते हैं 250 and bulbourethral are 2 in number. तब इसको आप ascending order में लगा लीजिए, तो सही आंसर होगा B, A and C. Match the following: testicular lobules, male germ cells, Sertoli cells, Leydig cells. ठीक है? Yes. तो testicular lobules है 250. ठीक है, फिर आए मेल जर्म सेल्स एंड सर्टोरी सेल्स को तो नर्व सेल कहते ही है. ये हो गया मेल जर्म सेल्स हुआ स्पर्मेटोगोनिया, एंड डी इज Leydig cells produce the androgen, that is the testosterone. All right, so just match the answers. Again, match the following question: retitestis, androgen, ejaculatory duct, and urethral opening. All right, here it is given: urethral meatus, transport sperm, accessory duct, and the testosterone. All right, so androgen is basically the testosterone. All right, so yes, and the retitestis is basically the accessory duct. Fine. And the ejaculatory duct is basically connected to the transport of the sperms outside the body. So C will be true, and the urethral opening simply means the urethral meatus. Fine. Again, the same question. So, penis, the external genitalia. All right. Erectile tissue, will facilitate insemination. Glans penis is the tip of the penis, and the foreskin is the loose skin fold. So you may check the answer. It will most probably be correct. Another similar type here, seminal vesicle, we know that it is two, so it is one pair. All right. Yes, and the yes. So and then what it is that the bulbourethral basically helps in the lubrication, and then the prostate it is only one, and the fructose is produced by the seminal plasma, which provides energy to the sperms. All right. Now, a very interesting type of question, those are the assertion and the reasoning. What happens here is, see, you have to first read both the statement and then conclude if it is true or false, or if one is true and one is false. Testes are located in the scrotum outside the abdomen. True. Scrotum maintains the low temperature than the body temperature. True. But it is basically it is not the explanation for the first one. All right, both the statements are true, no doubt. This is also true and this is also true, but it is not the correct explanation. Scrotum maintains a temperature of 2 to 2.5 degree lower the abdominal lower the normal body temperature. Yes, absolutely true. Low temperature helps in spermatogenesis. Yes, both the true and it is also the correct explanation. Therefore, it is option 1. Leydig cells secrete testosterone. Yes, absolutely right. And the Leydig cell act as a temporary endocrine cells. No, it cannot. It is a reproductive. It has no relation with the endocrine cells. All right, it is completely in the reproductive cells. All right, so it is assertion is true, but the reason is wrong. Sertoli cells nourish the germ cells. True. Germ cells are present in the seminiferous tubules. True. Both are true, but it is not the correct explanation. Penis has an erectile tissue in it. True. Erectile tissue helps the penis in the insemination. Yes, true. It has the erectile tissue because it has to undergo insemination. Therefore, option 1. Seminal plasma is rich in fructose and calcium. Seminal plasma is released by the accessory glands. Both are true, but it is not the correct explanation. Now coming to the female reproductive system. Again, you have to read the following and select the possible correct combination. Hi, Saurabh Kumar. So basically, ovary are the primary sex organs in female. Yes, true. Ovaries not only release ova, but they also secrete. Yes, true. Because yes, the ovaries are filled with stroma. Yes, absolutely. All the contents inside the ovary is known as the ovarian stroma. So all the statements are correct. Read the following. Each ovary measures from 2 to 4 centimeter in length. The ovary consists of the outer cortex and the internal medulla. Right ovary are located on the each side of the lower abdomen. Again, all these statements are correct. Each fallopian tube is about 10 to 12 centimeter long. Yes. Infundibulum is a funnel-shaped part of the fallopian tube. Absolutely right. Infundibulum possesses finger-like projections called fimbriae. Yes, it is what which holds the ovary. Fimbriae helps in the connection of the ova. Right. So all again is correct. Read the following and choose the correct combination. All right. So here isthmus is the last part of the oviduct. Yes, oviduct basically has three parts: infundibulum, ampulla, and the isthmus. The cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal. Yes, and the vagina and the cervix forms the birth canal. Very important and right. Uterus is attached to the pelvic wall through the ligaments. Absolutely right. So all the statements are correct. Perimetrium is external thin membrane of the uterus. Myometrium is the middle thick layer of the smooth muscles of the uterus. Endometrium is the inner glandular layer. All the statements are again correct. So now we have to arrange it in sequence. So let us start. See, first you have the fimbriae, which will collect the ovule, and then it is moved to the broader part of it, that is the infundibulum. From the infundibulum, it will move through the ampulla. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3. From there, ampulla, it will move through the last part of the oviduct, that is the isthmus. Isthmus will connect it to the uterine cavity, and the uterine cavity will connect it to the cervical canal. Arrange the 3 different layers of the uterine wall from outer to the inner membrane. So the outermost is the perimetrium. All right. Outermost, the middlemost is the myometrium, and the endometrium is the innermost. Read the following and arrange them in a sequence. All right. So again, first is the glandular tissue, or it is the mammary glands. All right. Then we have the mammary lobules. Yes. Then lobules will form tubes. The tubes will form lactiferous duct is completely the last one. Yes, the tubes will form ampulla, and ampulla will then connect to the lactiferous duct. Some assertion and reasoning questions. Ovaries are the endocrine in function. Ovaries produce several steroid hormones. Yes, absolutely correct. It produces steroid hormones. Infundibulum of the oviduct is funnel shaped. It collects the ovum after the ovulation. Both are correct, but both are true, but it is not the correct explanation of it. All right, so it is the second statement. A single womb is present in the female human beings. Yes, it is right. Cavity of the cervix is called the cervical canal. Again, both the statements are true, but none of them is the right explanation. Endometrium undergoes cyclic changes during the menstrual cycle. Degeneration and regeneration of the endometrium takes place during the menstrual cycle. Fine. It is, both the statements are true, and yes, because the endometrium, it is the one that will shed during the time of the menstrual cycle. So that is it for today. Tomorrow we will be discussing how the gametes are formed. That is the gametogenesis. That is the formation of the process of formation of the gametes. That is the spermatogenesis and the oogenesis. So thank you. Please be present tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. All right, this is my time. I come live at 11:30 a.m. I hope you are present then. Thank you so much. Please do like, comment, and share the link of the video as much as possible, and also subscribe the channel. Thank you.